what people are going through now in terms of searching for purpose and trying to find themselves. I started this process 8.5 years ago, right? And it got really, really dark for me. So all the darkness that people are going through now, I went through that deep, deep, deep darkness, this feeling of emptiness, like my life has no purpose, all of that stuff. The curve for autistic children from 50 years ago to now, it went from 1 in like 100,000 to by 2030 is going to be 1 in 2. So that means that 50% of all children born after 2030 will have some form of autism and or retardation. And in most cases, the preacher, the imam, the rabbi, the whatever, the swami, whatever word you want to use, that's how they're eating, you know. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of money in religion, right? This is why they're so popular, because it's a meal ticket, right? The religion is not there to help you. Religion is there as an intermediary to basically stop you from ascending. And there's something that a lot of people don't realize. If you look at most religions, there is a form of a headdress on it. Hey Conscious Man 7 family, quick question before we start. Do you love the depth of these conversations but hate when ads break the flow? I get it. Ads can feel like speed bumps on a highway, pulling you out of that deep zone. That's why we created a way for you to enjoy every episode completely ad-free while supporting the show at the same time. For just a few bucks a month on Patreon or Locals, you'll get full access to uninterrupted episodes. You'll get direct access to me so you can ask me any questions that you have, some cool other perks like early releases, and you'll also help us keep bringing you the powerful conversations that mainstream platforms won't touch. The link is in the show notes. Join us there and be part of this movement. If you are new to this podcast, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and to share, because that helps us to be recommended in the algorithms. If you would like to support this podcast, please check out our merch store on Amazon with the brand Todd and Me. We've got some cool t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and sweaters. Link will be in the description of this podcast. And if you're now starting a spiritual journey, you would like to start a spiritual journey, or you're currently on a spiritual journey and you would like some help removing some fears and traumas, please hit me up on my Instagram at Adriano_246 and it will help you to get some magic mushrooms. Enjoy the show and stay tuned because we have some more great content coming soon. What if the biggest forces controlling your life aren't what you think? Hello friends, welcome back to the Conscious Man 7 podcast. I am your host Todd Cave, and in this episode I sit down with Jules of the Grey Pilled podcast to pull apart the hidden system that has trapped humanity for thousands of years. We dive into the Anunnaki and their influence on money, government, and organized religion, what I call the 3 religions that control the planet. We uncover how trauma begins at birth, how uncontrolled access to technology is fueling addiction in children in their early years, and why consciousness is the key to freedom. We also cover psychedelics, meditation, nutrition, ancient symbols, the misunderstood Christ, and how to overcome fear and trauma. This conversation will challenge everything you thought you knew. Stay tuned, because what we uncover might just change how you see reality itself.
When truth is blurred by lies and misinformation, perception becomes reality. What will you perceive your reality to be?
Liberate your fears and walk with me.
Sit down and meditate. Connect with your soul.
Be a monster and then learn how to control it.
You gotta be willing to do the work.
So it really goes really deep in terms of words and etymology and what they mean. So this is why like it is really hard to really crack the matrix, because there's so many levels and layers to it, you know?
Going on, everybody? Good evening. Hope everybody had a good week. Welcome back to the Grey Pilled podcast. I am your host, Jules, the Elohim etymologist, sound scientist. So if you haven't been here before, welcome. Tonight, I have a long-awaited guest. Been waiting about a year to get our time zones synced up, or to get to a place where we could both have a couple hours to uh, kind of talk about some things, have some discussions. We have a lot of the same things in common, guys. I have on Todd Cave from the Conscious Man 7 podcast. I said that correctly, right?
That's correct.
Todd, it's good to see you, man. How are you doing? What's going on?
Well, thanks for having me, Jules. It is true we've been trying to organize this for about a year, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm doing really well. And I am busy as well doing my own show, and which I really, really like. And I've learned a lot from it as well. And it's been quite a journey because it feels like, time is speeding up because in reality, it is 13 months that I've been doing it. And I literally uploaded my 91st podcast before we even started the show. So things are going well for me, man. And I'm loving doing podcasting. It's something that I never thought I would do, but I truly love it. And it is something that I was told I have to do. And I'm enjoying the ride and meeting a whole different array of guests who bring many different aspects to this whole understanding of what our reality is, who we are, what we are, where we come from, and all that kind of stuff. So really excited to talk to you tonight because we have similar viewpoints on a few things. So it'd be interesting for us to have a little deep dive, because I'm normally on the other side because I've not done a podcast where someone has interviewed me for several months. I've been just doing all the interviewing, so cool to be back on the other side as well, because that's how it started out.
Yeah, dude. Well, I'm honored to be that guy. Guys, go subscribe to Todd's podcast, The Conscious Man 7. He's on Rumble as well, on Instagram. Yeah, dude. Last time we talked, I believe you were talking like I don't think you had started it yet. For anyone who doesn't know, Todd was on episode like 14, 15 of Schizo News Network, maybe 13.
So yeah.
Something like that. So known Todd for a while, been meaning to get him on. But I don't think you had started it yet. You had been talking about it and you're super stoked. So I'm glad it's been going well, man. And you do like health and fitness as well, right?
Yes, so I am very much what you would call a hybrid. I am a mixed bag of many things, and this is due to my upbringing because my father is very much a jack of all trades, so I got that from him. And I basically, I would say, started this entire journey through fitness. So I am an online fitness coach. I help spiritually inclined people burn fat and build muscle. And on the podcast, I talk about health, fitness, obviously exercise, diet, nutrition, extraterrestrials, Anunnaki, spirituality, consciousness, psychedelics,
Right.
geopolitics, government. One of the new topics that I started to delve into is the social dynamics between men and women, which is a very, very interesting topic.
That is interesting.
Very. And yeah, I think that's but basically everything to do with self-development is what my podcast is about. So we have many different angles that we cover on the podcast, but it's everything that is related to the evolution of human consciousness, basically in a nutshell.
So you touch a lot on these ancient civilizations and these ancient stories. You also talk about the esoteric and the occult. You talk about the like metaphysical stuff, the supernatural, all of that. Yeah, man. No, I think we talk about a lot of the same things. I have a show with Adrian West. Shout out Adrian. And we don't do it as much as we should. Elohim etymology, and I think I talked to you about this show. last episode we did was episode 13 on Ninurta. We were just starting off. We had done like 3 episodes on Thoth, a few on Marduk, about 4 on Enki, 1 on Enlil, and 1 on Anu. We're just kind of going down the pantheon, kind of telling the story. Obviously using reference from some of Sitchin's, some of his work, and Lawrence Gardner, also Adrian's book. Damn it, I forgot. He sent me the cover for the new one, but I don't know if I have it on the computer. I'll have to see. Pantheon 1, he had wrote this a couple of years back, him and his co-author, Vincent Saili, who lives in Botswana. Hell of a guy, man. Really knows his stuff when it comes to these ancient, these ancient stories. And so we use that as some reference to, but like we haven't had any guest on or anything. And so, I was actually going to probably talk to you at some point tonight about that as well. See if you'd like to come on. But man, when did you first kind of like, give me the story of you first getting into these ancient, let's call them for now, mythologies, right? Ancient Sumer and, antiquity, that whole, what was your journey to getting there? Because for me, it wasn't immediate. I dived into a lot of other things before I started going down those rabbit holes, but it was like, as soon as I started looking into all that stuff, that's when I started to, I guess, get a little more spiritually enlightened. I understood my spirituality a little more, maybe.
Yeah. So for me, my journey in this, I would say, because I've had a lot of phases in my life, but this phase that I am in now basically started in 2017. And that started when I had life-changing surgery on my foot. And I say life-changing because that moment when I had the surgery, when I awoke from the surgery, I knew my life had changed.
What happened to your foot?
So in 2005, I had an accident. I fell off my motorcycle and broke my ankle. I broke my tibia and fibia.
I've fractured my fibia before, man. Sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. And I had complications from the break. And I was told that at some point I would need another surgery. So in 2016, that surgery was required because the complications that I had, they got to a point where it was untenable. And basically what happened is that I had to get this surgery. So when I woke up from the surgery in January 2017, I knew that my life had changed. Hello guys, first let me to say thank you for watching the video so far, but unfortunately I can't put the entire video on YouTube because I have gotten some strikes in the past and I want to protect this channel so that I can continue to bring fire content to you. So the entire video will be on my Rumble channel because I talk about a group of people who shall remain nameless that always give you a bit of pressure and censorship. And because Rumble has a lot more free speech and I can talk freely, the entire video will be on my Rumble channel. So apologies for having to switch platform, but I don't want to get any more strikes and I want to protect this video. So please click the link in the description of this video and continue to watch the video on my Rumble channel. Many thanks, cheers, and namaste.